the family members, you can't contact all the extended family all over the United States. We get that. But I hope that the contact will be made in maybe a little time given, i.e. we didn't contact them at 3 o'clock and at 4 o'clock or went on the website. You give the family members, once you've notified them, at least they'll have a little time to get a hold of whatever family members need to know, recognizing again that you're never going to have a perfect situation. I just want to really re-emphasize how important that is. We've worked really hard on the family assistance program, put in a lot of work with mental health and coroner and others to provide these resources to folks if they need them. So I just want to make sure that the department really fully appreciates how sensitive we are to that.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Any other questions? Mr. Huntsman?
Can you tell me how many people are employed by the Sheriff's Information Bureau?
Approximately 25.
And in 832.7 of the Penal Code, there's a requirement that the department withholds information about shootings, any information at all. I don't know police reports, coroner reports. They can withhold it up to 60 days to provide a written explanation. If they provide a written explanation for why, and as the time goes out farther, the standards for that explanation become much greater, including actually, I think it's a little bit farther out, maybe 60 days, having clear and convincing evidence that it will interfere with a criminal prosecution to put that information out. And at 18 months, there's an elaborate process that involves the court to withhold information. Can you tell me how many people in the Sheriff's Information Bureau are working on creating those documents?
No, I can't.
Are you aware of any?
Creating the summaries?
Anybody in the Sheriff's, not the summaries of what happened, but the compliance with 832.7's requirement that if you don't put information out, you explain why it is you're not doing it. Is anybody in Sheriff's Information Bureau working on it?
I believe that is actually with a different bureau.
And
Audit
what bureau is
accountability,
it?
I believe.
I'm sorry?
I believe, I could be wrong, I believe it's Audit Accountability Bureau.
So the Sheriff has repurposed Audit and Accountability Bureau to comply with Public Records Act requests. Do you think they're also working on compliance with 832.7 on shooting?
Well, you're asking me for opinions that I'm not here to present and I have no authority to speak on. So you're putting me in a very bad position right now.
You don't have to answer, that's fine.
Okay.
You showed us some placeholders regarding the shootings, but if you click on any of those things you showed us for the shootings of last year, no information comes up, does it?
At this point, the only thing that's on the website is what you saw. We have not made it to actually propagating those 4 columns yet.
And there's nothing behind it. There was no 2018 or any other shootings. It's just 2019.
Correct.
Okay. And as far as you know, the document I talked about with the Sheriff's Department explains why information hasn't been put out because it would interfere with an investigation. Have you ever seen any one of those documents for any shooting ever?
That's not my bureau.
But you haven't seen it.
I'm not aware of what you're talking about. That's not in my normal job.
I'm not aware of it happening either, but I just wanted to be sure that you weren't aware of it. Thank you.
Any other questions? Just one short one. Thank you so much for this presentation. So information, is it about the 25 people who work in the Department of Information? Is it this? It's computers?
No.
What does your department do?
Well, the Sheriff's Information Bureau,
Yeah, Information Bureau.
the main job duty is public information officers.
Okay.
So, rolling out to the scene of something and liaisoning with the media in order to provide information. That's one of the primary job duties of Sheriff's Information Bureau. Now, we also have a operations center that is 24/7 operation that helps the patrol stations and helps manage tactical incidents for the department. We have a film and media production crew that puts together videos, that puts on press conferences, that answers the phones and answers reporters' questions. There is a graphics art department, and also now we do the website. So there's a lot of hats that are being taken on and off, a lot of job duties, and we just try to do the best we can for the community with the personnel that we have. There's a lot of cross-training that goes on, and I think they do a phenomenal job, and I'm proud of all the people that work there.
Well, thank you so much. We look forward to hearing more as you progress, and hearing some of your feedback from when you bring a couple of questions that we've had. And also, again, any way that we can be collaborative and lend lend our role in transparency to be helpful. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good day.
So now we're going to turn to public comment on this item of the new website.
Our first speakers, Louis Silva, followed by Ron Dow, followed by Isaac Asbury.
Good morning. I wasn't supposed to talk about this one, but I'm going to say what I have to say. I've asked previous sheriffs, McDonald to be exact, on problems that were going on in East LA 5-6 years ago, and he would shine me down. He would pass me to whoever was next in command. They would blow me off. So I supported Alex. I heard Alex come up and heard his plan, what he was going to do about East LA and solving the problems there. And in 1 year, what he's done, you gotta remember, there was 12 years of previous sheriffs there that did a very lousy job and overlooked a lot of things, didn't want to serve a lot of things. And I've seen Alex already taking care of guys, moving them out, shipping them out, getting rid of people. And
Sorry, we're speaking on the website.
yeah, I know, but I was supposed to talk about something else, and I asked the lady here about my thing going on, and she says, talk anyway.
Well, it's at the end is when
That's
we have
fine.
this
That's
public
fine.
comment. If you
But
can
I
come
just
at
want
the
you to
end.
know that Alex is doing a very good job. I've seen what he's done for East LA, the morale for the sheriff department, that you haven't had from anybody else in the longest time. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. You're welcome to come back for the public comment.
Ron Dow, followed by Isaac Asbury, followed by Jacqueline Ventures.
Commissioners, I'll repeat, what gets ventured gets done. I listened to Subpoena Power and I looked at the website, where everything supposedly is online. And I failed to see how any of this will lead to any improvements in public service from the sheriff's department. If the goal is really transparency and accountability, there might be another way to achieve that goal. I like to see you move more toward addressing the issues that the community is asking for. And I don't see how that's happening in this environment, nor have I heard where it's happening in any of the previous presentations. What gets measured, but what gets done. And what may need to happen is you may need to develop clear-cut, measurable goals and objectives for the sheriff to follow. That could be on the website. That could be a part of your regular strategic priorities. And if you want examples for what I'm talking about, go to my website, ComptonForCops.org. I did a thesis project for Cal State LA several years ago where I identified specific performance measures for the Compton Sheriff Department. And they were designed to go to exactly and directly to what the public wants. Now, Compton has been a really weak city, a really weakly led city, and they haven't fully picked up on what's been out there before them for years because they are afraid. But their fear does not get us to where we need to be in terms of service delivery for the sheriff's department. If you want to get to this interdepartmental relationship with other departments, that again is something that can be identified and clearly measured. If your goal is to form a team of people to go out and address homelessness with the sheriff department, that could be identified up front and measured as we go along. That's the kind of thing that should be on the sheriff department's website. That should be a part of your meeting.
Thank you so much.
Jacqueline Venters, followed by Carolina Goodman.
Good morning again. Last month, I came to the meeting and I provided the sheriff a person, a list of officer-involved shootings, that the names we needed. And he was saying he wanted to work with the Sheriff Oversight Commission, and he really wanted to work with you guys, and I gave him a list of the 25 people that were killed for 2019. But then I noticed in the paper, they said that they weren't going to show up and be here. So I came here to actually see if the Sheriff Department is not going to show up on this panel. We had a crime summit in the city of Compton a week ago. We had over 200 people, and the sheriff showed up, and all he wanted to talk about was gangs. Nobody wants to hear about gangs. They want to hear about officer-involved shootings. I have more on my personal website than what I just saw today. Okay, that's all I have to say. Then I have another list that he can take. All we're requesting for, we don't want to know about what happened in the investigation. We just want to know the name of the officer. You got one officer and killed 7 people. 7 people. And his name never came up the whole year I've been coming to this commission. It's not your fault, but I can click on my own personal computer and bring up 1,000 officers' names who've been involved in officer violence. So for him to come up here and not show up, right, I came down here to see if he was actually not going to show up.
Thank you.
Carolina Goodman, followed by Michelle Infante.
That's okay, Jacqueline. I was looking at the website, and I seen a lot of things up there that's not true. If you're gonna post things on your page, you need to make sure it's true. First of all, I have a problem with the sheriff department investigating their own. How can you do that? Me, as a citizen, I probably wouldn't find my co-worker or nothing guilty because we have established a relationship. And it's not there. I think that's something that needs to be looked into. How do they investigate their own? And I'm saying it from a personal experience. Again, back to the shooting. This homicide unit that came in and interviewed my son, told him he shouldn't have did it. They denied him a lie detector test. Everything was all bad. But then this is the same homicide unit that did the investigation that came back in a week and said that they didn't find anything wrong. Annie Gilbertson again from KPCC did a 1.5 year investigation and found so many things wrong. Some of these things, I'm asking and I'm begging and praying that, you know, we got to do better for our people. You know, I'm here as a parent, as a community advocate, and as a member of the National Association for Blacks in Criminal Justice. And I learned a lot through this journey. I sit in that courtroom every day to see the just in the law system, in the courts, and so many things that's wrong. And it's not pleasing. It's not pleasing to my eyes, and I know it's not pleasing to God's eyes. We got to do better. I'm a Christian. At first, I'm standing here because I believe that something is going to happen. I think that we're going to do better, and we got to come together for each other because it's not just me. It could be any one of you guys' relatives up there, and y'all wouldn't want this to happen to nobody. It's bad.
Thank you.
Good morning, Carolina Goodman from the League of Women Voters. At the end of January, Sheriff Villanueva asked to meet with us, and one of the things he did share with us was his goal for transparency. And we were thrilled to hear that. That's one of the things the League really believes in. Transparency leads to accountability. at that time, he said that everything he has is on the website, and one of our league members handed him the use of force policy that she downloaded that morning. And he said, oh, no, that's not the right one. We have an updated policy, which I will send to you. So it's been a month now, he didn't send it, and I apologize for not looking this morning, but is there a way for us to see how we would access the new use of force policy that is in compliance with AB 392? Can someone show that to me, or at least tell me how I might access it? No? Can't show me now?
Take it under advice.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll look it up too.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. I have a question, I think, I don't know, to Mr. Hunter. I don't know if I'm a little confused, but my question is this: I work with families security holds on their cases, and families have absolutely no explanation as to why those security holds. I've gone to Valley County Coroners, and the coroner says that it's not up to them, it's up to LASD, and LASD doesn't have anything, and I haven't seen anything on the website or spoken to anybody that knows what those security holds are, so. My question is, why isn't it up here, and why, or can they take it to, because they're working on this website, if they could take it and have an explanation as to what those security holds are, why they have them, who puts them on hold, because I'll give you a quick, Helen Jones' son, I know a lot of you know about Helen Jones, John Horton. He's had a security hold on his case for at least 10 years. And Helen and I have worked very hard to try to find out the reason why there's security hold, and we don't have any explanation at all. So I would hope that in the future, with them working on this, that one of the questions would be, what is a security hold? What is the definition of that hold? And an explanation to the families who have cases that have gone on for years and years. And I have plenty more cases after doing some research with the LA County Coroner and autopsy reports. There's a lot of cases that are on security hold, and there's absolutely no reason.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a 15-minute break, and then we'll be back to continue the meeting. Thank you, everyone.